Hello and welcome to another video from conversionskitchen.com. Today we are going to be talking about e-commerce platforms. Now Shopify, obviously many of you know, is the most popular especially for people setting up their first shop, but we are going to talk about alternatives to Shopify today. So we're going to give you 7 examples, our picks for the best examples for alternatives to the e-commerce platform Shopify. So first of all, let's talk about things you need to think about when looking at an e-commerce platform. First of all, the back end. Here's an example from Shopify itself. In the back end, you're going to see your orders, you're going to see your products, customers, analytics, and all that kind of stuff. So it's good to have a look in there and make sure you're comfortable with how it's laid out and what functions and features they offer. Second of all, you need to think about the front end. Is it a comfortable experience for the customers? Is there a nice transition, a nice path from your landing page to your product pages and into your checkout and all of that? Is it a good experience on the front end? Third, we need to think about types of payment types. So obviously each customer is going to want to pay in a different way. So the more payment methods you have available, the better. So really important thing to check out when choosing an e-commerce platform. And the overall style and feel of the platform. So for instance, this is Big Cartel. It has a very particular style. And why that's important is if the style of the platform itself is in keeping with your own vision for your shop, and maybe that's something to consider. Maybe it's going to be a good fit because of that. Okay, let's dive into our examples. So first one, we have Volution. So Volution, straight away you can see they have a nice quirky feel. If that might be something to take into account. It's a nice style of the website. They have lots of templates, a whole library of templates. Now some of them are for free, you'll notice. Some of them you need to pay for, but the ones you need to pay for are quite expensive. They're $180 for these ones on this page, so that's something to consider there. And pricing, so for a personal account, we see personal $29, professional $79, and business $299, and that's a kind of average you'll see across many of these examples actually. So next one, we have Magento. Magento is owned by Adobe. And that's a plus for me because obviously Adobe is a very reputable business company, and they have many products which people have a lot of respect for and big affection for. So that's for me is a plus straight away. They seem to be more focused on sort of bigger enterprises. So they have features like shipping and inventory management, order management, customer service, and all that kind of thing. So, and if you look at the pricing, this is Adobe Commerce Pro, perfect for established B2C and B2B merchants of all sizes. So yeah, they're kind of geared towards established businesses or already established businesses. And it doesn't give the price here because the pricing is based on annual gross merchandise value. So you'll need to contact them and the pricing will be tailored to your specific business. Okay, let's move on. Here we have Shift for Shop. So templates, we have lots of templates here. So but the thing you'll notice straight away is that these are all free. If it says free, I presume that there are also themes that you'll need to pay for, but there are many free themes available here from Shift for Shop. They have many ways to pay, including so you'll see here Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, American Express, and also Bitcoin down here. So that's something that you can use as a sell for your own shop, something you can advertise with. Okay, and moving on. So their pricing, they have a free pricing method. So a free pricing column here in the middle. I'm not sure if I read that that's just available in the US. You'll have to check that for yourself. But for now, let's just say they've got a free model and then they've got a more professional model. So you can start off for free and see how you go with Shift for Shop. So for your first time opening a shop, that might be a good choice for you. Okay, let's move on to WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is associated with WordPress. And if anybody knows anything about WordPress, they are associated with developers and programmers. They're liked by that community because you have a lot of room to develop and change things and add your own code and this kind of thing. So and you can see here the thing with WooCommerce is that they have all this library of applications extensions that you can add to your shop, and not just made by the company itself, but by many independent developers. So stuff like looking at your customer analytics, social media, advertising, all that kind of thing. So massive amount of extensions you can add to your shop through WooCommerce. So the pricing there is $129. I think they have a different pricing model depending on whether you're using your own code or not, but that's something to look into. So $129 there for WooCommerce. Okay, let's move on to BigCommerce. Similar name, quite different. So you have with BigCommerce, one thing is they have this drag and drop interface. It's very nice to use. It's very easy. So if you have no experience in design or website building, this might be something to look at. So it's very easy to use with BigCommerce. They do also have, they seem to focus on this B2B edition, which is for business to business. So if you are a manufacturer or a distributor, this BigCommerce B2B edition might be something to look at for you. And their pricing is quite similar to what we saw in Volution, so $29.79 to $299. And we move on to Squarespace, a very famous platform for building websites and making online shops. It's very cool. It gets a lot of exposure on podcasts and different media outlets. And they have just a very nice style to their templates. It's very cool, very slick. And yeah, so let's see their pricing. They don't, in my experience, they don't have as much flexibility as other platforms for designing the website itself, but it's very easy to use and straightforward. So, and the templates are really, really good. They have a huge library of templates. And the pricing there is 12, 18, 26, and 40. So quite cheap per month. That's per month, quite a cheap offer there from Squarespace. And let's move on to Big Cartel. Big Cartel is aimed at creatives and small artistic enterprises. And you can see their kind of quirky design straight away in there. Made for makers. And you know, this is again, if you're a business, if you feel that your business is in line with their view and their style and their design, well, maybe that's a reason to go for them, because maybe that will translate out to the front of your shop. So that's something to think about as well. And the pricing there, quite cheap. They have a 5 products free option, 50 products, $9.99 a month, and 500 products, $19.99 a month. So there we have it. There was our 7 best Shopify alternatives. If you want to read the whole article, you can go to conversionskitchen.com. The article is called Best Shopify Alternatives. If you want to check us out on YouTube, we are Conversions Chef. And all of the links to the articles and the websites and the platforms will be in the description of this video below. So thanks for listening. See you in the next one.